going to be talking through the 6-game MLB slate. I honestly have just looked like over the last few minutes at the slate and kind of having trouble deciding, what I want to do as far as the hitting goes. I'm curious what you sort of came to. And
well, first of all, I mean, it's like there's extreme freaking chalk with the pitching, because you have these obvious freaking matchups, and it's just a question of whether you want to fade it or whether you want to just go directly after it. I went over this earlier today. I mean, between Gilbert Cease and even to some extent Paddock. I mean, you have those three guys are going to garner like 150% of the ownership,
right,
just because of their matchup. And then on the other hand, the hitting is not great no matter where you go,
right.
So you could make the argument to just somehow eat any combination of those two, and then just go with pretty much any hitting. I mean, honestly. And so I was going through this a little bit earlier today, and then I started thinking, what, maybe screw the pitching. Maybe I'll just, listen, all those guys are going to be so much higher owned than everybody else that maybe we should just play stuff like Rodon or Fetty or some combination of those, or even Arrighetti or even Harris, anybody really. And then with respect to the hitting, I was really considering just going full on Eric Johnson, just playing A's, A's, White Sox, and just YOLO the slate. You know what I mean? And it's just so much freaking leverage against both those freaking pitchers, and even Colorado. So I don't know exactly what I want to do. I can tell you who play the Yankees if you can get there, and play any of those 2 or 3 pitchers, and those are probably the best way to play if you're going to play chalky. But it's what makes this game cool. I don't know how kooky to get to that.
Yeah, it's interesting because I don't have an exact idea of for sure what I want to do too. Like I thought that I don't mind eating chalky pitching even on like smaller slates if I like them, and I do think those guys both have tremendous ceilings. I think that like stack wise, you're going to have crazy ownership on Minnesota, and I'm okay with just like F it, whatever. Like, okay, maybe a piece or something ends up in a lineup or two, but I think that Seattle and Toronto are kind of interesting as far as stacks go to get a little bit off the board. I don't know how much off the board it is. I mean, I actually think Seattle's got an interesting one because they've got like a big total, but they also, it's Fetty and the strikeouts. They always strike out and everything. So I could see like the argument for playing Fetty, and I could see the argument for playing Seattle. And I think I might actually side with the Seattle side of this. For what it's worth, though, Fetty is again, you want a free K prop that he just basically never missing this against Seattle. I think it's 5.5, and he has been much, much better than that strikeout wise. And Seattle is the highest strikeout team in baseball by a significant amount. And you just go through. I mean, Fetty basically strikes out 6 or more guys every game. So it's weird to say that I like the prop bet and I also like Seattle stack, but that's I think what I'm going to end up probably on.
Well, he likes to get ground balls, so if instead he goes for strikeouts, he'll either get them or he'll get shelled, right? I mean,
right.
So.
Yeah. So the Seattle Jake and Chad here is saying that he likes the Brewers. I didn't get there, but I don't mind the idea of it. Like, I don't know. Like, it's just, I feel like there's nothing, like you said, nothing really stands out as being, I have to do this. I need to do this. And even though by the way, if you're going to get different at pitching, one thing you might consider is including Lugo into some of your builds. Like, I understand that the Yankees, but like Lugo is going to be like unowned, and he's been really good this year. Like, I mean, is he the favorite to win the Cy Young? He's 9-1. Like, he's got an ERA of 2. Like,
well, I told you it's going to be somebody from Kansas City.
Maybe do that. That's an interesting one. You got a 3% projected ownership on a guy who's been the best pitcher, basically the best pitcher. Yeah,
and some sneaky sort of revenge coming back to New York.
Yeah, reverse other New York team.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So that's sort of where I'm looking at. I mean, the slate obviously doesn't start for a long time. I'm not going to play very much tonight. I have other things I've got to go do after this, but I'm trying to sort of like make sense of it. I also don't think that you need to like again, I know you're going to fully stack, but I'm just going to say that I don't think on these slates that necessarily you need to go for the fully stacks. There's like a lot of, reasonable ways to build a 4-4, or, a 4-2-2, or, 4-3-1 or whatever, 3-3-2. I think this is the kind of slate where that's not a bad idea. What do you think about San Diego? Oh, that's interesting. Power just said that right now. What do you think about San Diego? Are they showing up for you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. Again, like that's to me is like kind of the normal way thing. Do San Diego, Seattle, Yankees. Those are like the top ones, and then it depends on how much. I'm thinking of Kansas. I like Kansas City a lot, also. That was kind of like my blend between not going too off the wall, but not going too chalky. I thought that was okay. I just don't know exactly what I want to do. Because again, Sabres, as I suspected, they're like in a mood today. With like the pitching options being so obvious. You're just going to end up getting like all the Oakland White Sox in Colorado. That's it.
Right.
And then you don't have to do that if you don't want to. So.
Yeah. I don't think that it's interesting because this Estes thing. We hear this every time Estes is pitching. Every slate, it's, we got to stack against this guy. We got to stack against this guy. Does it ever work? Like, he had one bad outing all year. Like, he's been really good for the most part. It's just, I don't know. It's one of those things where
it's like stacking against Corbin and Flexen. I mean, it's like.
Yeah, exactly. That this never seems to quite get you there. Although Corbin actually has gotten me there plenty of times, I have to say. Let's see. All right.
I mean, you can always play Barrios if you don't want to play Milwaukee. You know what I mean? Like, there's like guys you can play that you're really just rooting against a couple of guys.
Right. Yeah, and for what it, yeah. I think I'm probably going to end up eating the chalk at pitching because I'm not playing many lineups.
Right. I still think, by the way, that both Fetty and Paddock are just still kind of on fraud check alert. You know what I mean? Like, and considering that they're chalky, I'm sort of inclined to go with the fraud check narrative here. I think we'll see. I think that makes some sense. All right, what else is happening here? The Dodgers and Yankees have scored the exact same number of runs. Interesting. All right, I'm just taking a quick look at Yankees, Toronto. I mean, this is what I'm getting normally. Some Yankees, Kansas City, though. I continue to get some of this without even inserting the Sheets bias into this one too.
No, and Kansas City's been great this year. I mean, offensively, like they really have. Like they've scored literally 2 less runs than the Dodgers and the Yankees. Like they're a good team.
The Yankees lineup is not out yet, by the way, and Soto's questionable, I think. So.
Yeah, that's probably why it's not out. And it would be weird that they would play him after not playing him in a home series against the Dodgers. Don't you think?
Right. Yeah.
Assuming that he's out, like, and if they did that, then F them. Like, sorry, Yankees, you got this big showdown with the Dodgers. All the games are on national TV and everything, and you're not gonna play arguably your best or second best hitter. I don't know. So it'd be kind of a weird thing to bring him back on a road game in Kansas City after that, to me. But I don't know. I've been wrong on these before. Yeah. All right. Let's see. What's up to MJ? Good to see you, man. Houston stack. Why is Harrison complete trash? We're just gonna go on a small sample size here, but I don't mind the Houston idea, but I don't agree that Harrison is just complete trash. I still think he's got talent. I just think that he's had a rough, not a great start to the year. Also hasn't really been, again, hasn't given up more than 4 earned runs in a game this season. Just for what it's worth. Oh, he had won his second start of the year at San Diego. He did. All right. What else do we have here? And guys, thanks for tuning in. Appreciate it. Please click the like button if you have a chance. And I am gonna figure out what I'm gonna do as far as who I want to play. I think I kind of like Toronto. I kind of like Seattle, and I'm open to the idea of San Francisco. I think that's another low-owned one.
Yeah, I think that could be an interesting one. I think that, remember, I'm kind of anti-Arrighetti.
Right.
And, I think that game's going to be kind of ignored, I think. Mm-hmm. I mean, as much as a 6-game slate can be ignored, I guess.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think that sounds right.
Bregman's still day-to-day, not has not been resolved yet.
Mm-hmm.
Whether he's playing.
You know, you've got, oh my God, the Stephen Horowitz. Wow. I don't even
Yeah,
know.
she's very cheap.
He's 2,600. I didn't even know who that was.
Yeah.
Certainly makes the Blue Jays thing work. You can play Ian Schneider. There you go. Yeah, I think I'm sort of settling in with this Toronto Seattle mix of being what I want to do.
The other thing I was getting when I started running lineups was leaving a lot of money on the table for some reason.
Oh, interesting. Yeah, that makes sense. I mean, if you're not going to play the two stud, and even if you do, there's just a lot of cheap guys because it's the Monday and Thursdays. You're going to get these minimum cost guys every week.
Not only that, but if I'm playing all this Oakland and Colorado crap, I'll probably end up
right.
But that's the thing. It's weird. You know, there's no great, as I mentioned, there's no really great hitting that I feel like I'm missing out on.
Yeah.
I guess the Yankees look, but then it's Lugo. When's Lugo ever given anything up this year?
Yeah, he's given up nothing all year long. That's the thing. So
what am I missing? I mean, like, I get, you know who can score 10? I guess Houston again.
Yeah, they could. I mean, that's possible. And I don't think Harrison's as bad as everybody else does, but I'm open to the idea that, again, we don't have a bunch of great options tonight. So I wouldn't mind that. 6. All right. 40. And we've got the U.S. Open this week.
Dude, you'll never believe this if I told you.
What? You win?
I did.
All right. What did you win?
Not much, but I won something. I won.
Finally.
I profited in a classic slate. I cashed in the signature hole. I cashed in all the big buy-ins small, and I lost a little bit at MME. I made a few $100s. I was very excited.
That's hilarious.
But it's a springboard, right?
Yeah, exactly. The springboard to the U.S. Open. That's perfect.
Springboard to the U.S. Open for all the cheese.
Love it. Yeah, I'm more excited about that than I am with baseball right now. Okay, hey, go ahead, Sean. I'm all in for it. Play the Houston thing. I think that it's fine. I really do. Is Houston going to be low owned even? Let's see.
I just think they're going to be like a team. You know what I mean? I think there's a bunch of teams that are going to just get a little bit of ownership. You know,
yeah, I think you're right. Something like 10% ownership probably for Houston.
I'm curious to see what happens with this with this Colorado / Oakland / whatever. I wonder if like all these sim players are just going to play these guys and they're going to actually be, I don't want to say popular, but more popular than they.
And you think
actual chances of getting there, you know?
Yeah, maybe. I think Colorado will have a little bit of ownership. I don't know, actually.
I don't know. But Paddock's I don't know. He's no great shakes. We'll see.
Yeah, we don't know. I don't know what he is, to be honest with you. I know what he used to be, and I know what we were supposed to be, but I don't know what he even actually is.
Right. Yeah, so it looks as though Cease Paddock. Yeah, I mean, Gilbert, Paddock, yeah, and you know, none of these guys like Gilbert, Cease, like these guys have not exactly been like lighting up the freaking tote board.
No. No, that's true.
Just look at their game logs. You know what I mean? Like big deal.
Yeah, for the prices for sure. Obviously, this is a pretty good matchup, but still, like I hear you, man. I mean, if I was playing more lineups, I would definitely be looking in other directions. I just don't have enough. I'm not playing enough lineups.
No, I understand.
Oh, MJ is asking me what I like. So Toronto, Seattle. Yeah, I think I'm going to end up with Toronto and Seattle. I do think San Francisco's kind of interesting. I do think Houston's kind of interesting. I mean, everybody I have just is like looks very similar to me today. Yeah, so I'm just siding a little bit with the ones that I like slightly the most, and that would be Seattle. And look, Fetty is a ground ball pitcher his strikeouts have been up lately this season, like major. But I still believe that there's some regression coming back to this guy.
I do.
I can't believe that he can immediately after years of being our favorite guy to pick on, like become like awesome, you know?
Dude, I'll tell you what I'm not. Listen, the good thing is that I think that the teams that I really want to play hitting wise are all late. Like if I want to go stupid, I'll play Oakland. If I want to go smart, if I want to go stupid, I'll go Oakland and or White Sox. If I want to go smart, I'll go Seattle, San Diego. You know what I mean? So I can, or even Houston. So I can, as long as I don't go too crazy in these first set of games. I think I could just kind of see how things going. You know, if I don't play Paddock and he's like just roasting people, then I might have to do something.
Yeah.
Or play Paddock and he's getting beat up a little bit.
Yeah.
Then I might have to do something. Wait a minute, I have to redo this.
The Padres definitely make some. Yeah, I mean, they make sense from a projection standpoint. And I know Estes has had soft matchups, but it just feels like I don't know. It's something about it for some reason I didn't end up getting there, but I like this. I think I'm fine with it. I think everything just looks so similar.
Okay, so here's who can score 10. I think Minnesota could score 10 here. I mean, even though they're not great, I just know that Hudson can just get lit up, you know?
Yeah, for sure. But they're going to be so popular.
I know. I'm just trying to think of this. And then I guess San Diego could score 10. I guess Houston could score 10. I guess those are the teams that could actually score 10. But you're not going to even need 10 today.
Yeah, I don't think 10. I don't think anybody's getting to 10 is my guess. Yeah, and that's the thing is like in these spots, actually, one of the things to look at is just how teams score runs, and in general, it's weird. I'm saying that, but I didn't actually go that route as much as I probably could have. But you want the power teams or whatever. Maybe it's as simple as just, you know what? So what if it's Lugo? We can just play some Yankees or something.
So you know who gives up decent amount of home runs is the aforementioned 60% owned Dylan Cease.
Yeah. Yep.
And you have, the leader, plenty of leaders of the free world on Oakland.
Yep.
From Rooker to Bleday to the other one to the Langoliers, so.
Yep.
Chapman looks like he's questionable, so that one's interesting. You just play all this. There you go.
The thing about pitching is that we get caught up in the game log watching, and I think it's a really big mistake because I do think that like Sean's bringing up a check. Hudson went 7 innings and allowed 1 run in Dodger Stadium. That's true. He did. Does that mean that's going to be what you expect? No, it should never be. He's one of the worst pitchers in baseball. He's barely a major league pitcher. But you're going to have some outings from everybody. Everybody's going to have that. Oh, Soto in and Judge is not in for the Yankees.
Soto is in and Judge is not in, just like we thought.
Thanks, Brandon. Yeah, exactly, right?
just like we all thought. Yeah, so Judge is not in, so that's going to be something I have to deal with because I have Judge in several lineups.
Yeah.
But like you said, game starts at 7:40. We got plenty of time to adjust.
Yep. Can we get a little Daniel Vogelbach revenge home run tonight back in Milwaukee?
Sure, why not?
Yeah, he's only hitting 197 with 1 home run on the season. But I have a feeling he's going to hit one tonight. Hudson, I mean, yeah, let's say he looked much better. Did you really watch any of those games? People say that kind of stuff all the time, but did you watch Hudson pitch any of these games?
I did. I had Hudson against the Dodgers. You had Hudson that day? I did. That's how I cashed really big that night. That was when I was going to swipe away forever. He's literally 0.8% owned. I lucked into him. He was not good at all. The Dodgers he was getting very lucky the whole game.
He just hit the ball right at people sometimes. I mean, he hit 3 strikeouts.
All the way to the warning track, like 5 different times.
Yeah. Yep, that's what happened.
Was not great, I promise you.
Yeah. And
it was one of those games where, like, sometimes when you're rooting for pitchers to get that extra inning, I just couldn't wait for them to pull them out of the game.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, Stanton is not in either, by the way. So I'll just look at this Yankees.
Also, Lugo could be the nuts here.
Maybe Lugo is the nuts. That's weird. Let me grab the
tanking in Kansas City for the win. For the loss, so to speak.
They haven't released the lineup officially. That's the weird part. I don't see it. I see Judge is resting after playing 67 straight games and Soto's in, but I don't see the actual Yankee lineup.
But you don't see the actual lineup in.
No, that's weird. Usually Underdog does it right away. Yeah, let's see what we can do here. All right.
So who's gonna make it in there then?
You
gonna get some 2K guy in or something?
I don't know who's in that. Oh, here it is. Volpe, Soto, Torres, Verdugo, LeMahieu, Grisham, Jones, Trevino, Cabrera.
Who's Jones?
Pretty soft lineup.
Who's Jones?
I don't know. I don't know which
Right?
Jones is. Oh, it's Jamal Jones. Jemai Jones. I remember him from I think it was Baltimore.
But Soto is in.
Soto's in. All right.
Torres is in, right?
Yeah, he's batting third.
I mean, he has to be in. I mean, like, no one else is available. That's like
right.
You think these guys are available off the bench? Probably not. Maybe.
Maybe. I would assume so. All right.
Yeah, I'm sort of with you, by the way. I'm pretty loaded up with this chalk pitching myself, actually.
Yeah.
But in the non-ceases, I am playing Oakland.
I like that a lot.
That's where
he's the kind of pitcher that's fun to play both angles of it.
Yeah. Like Gilbert, I'm not so excited to stack against him. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah. To answer Dave's question, I don't think the Yankees were going to be necessarily crazy popular anyway because of the pricing of their players. I actually think they might be more popular now. I don't know, actually. It's interesting. Probably going to be like 10% owned as a stack because they do have a really cheap lineup out there.
Right.
I think it's not a very good lineup. So, yeah, maybe it's a little bit less than it would have been with no Judge and Stan. I know I'm not playing them, so. All right. I have to run in just a minute, actually, but I can leave this rolling if there's anything else you want to go over here. Okay. All right. Well, good luck to everybody. I hope you guys have a great night and have a good one, Sheets. I'll see you soon.